Hi, I'm back. So I checked on her highlights. So far, she's at the orangey yellow stage, and I mixed a fresh batch of bleach. And now it's time to do the fun part, her bangs. And this is where she's gonna have the really nice and bold blonde money pieces. And so I always like to go back to front, especially when doing highlights, because what I've noticed when I go from back to front is that there is less slippage and the highlights are closer to the roots, so it's a win-win. So I'm holding the comb just to avoid risking the slip. I'm taking barely anything of the lightener and I'm just applying it on her hair. And what's great is that the 35 volume, what I've noticed about it in my observation is that it's not as lightning quick and caustic as the 40, but it's not as slow as the 30. So it's a happy medium between the two. And especially when the hair is really dark and you want an orange-free blonde, I feel like the 35 in tandem with a blue base, it is the way to do it, especially if you want to keep your hair long and damage and breakage free. And by all means, I just believe in going blonde through highlights. I'm not an all over blonding kind of person. I would just rather foil the whole head to avoid over or under processing. And the foil is what extends the life of the bleach, hands down. Okay, so I saturated this entire section of hair, making sure that there'll be no patchiness. It'll just be a nice and clean blonde highlight. We let the comb go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this side process to the intended level of lift before I move on to the next section, just to avoid over processing the hair. Still haven't decided what to do about the underneath, whether I want it to be super blonde or if I just want to lighten it to like a dark blonde. I think a dark blonde will add nice contrast and depth because she's going to be super light blonde on top. Because her hair is very thick, I think this will be at 2 or 3 sections. Okay. Yeah. She had a Meryl Streep moment, didn't she? Okay, my lightener is drying up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, it's funny. These doll heads remind me of Meryl Streep from Death Becomes Her. So. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this needs to be 2 sections. I want no patchiness. And one thing I like about just highlighting one side of the head at a time is that I get a rough estimate of how many minutes I have to leave the bleach on to get the intended level of lift. Because it's different for everybody and there are lots of variables. Some people genetically don't have a lot of orange pigment, so they can go from black to golden blonde much easier than others. And other people just have like more stubborn resistant orange pigment. So, it's kind of a crapshoot. It's different for everybody. Okay. Last section of the lineup. Let's okay. Painting the baby hairs. And there's no need to dab the brush in the bowl a second time. You just have to, it's all about redistributing the bleach. Make sure that each strand is nicely saturated. Okay, so and now so in under 10 minutes, I got all her bangs nicely highlighted right here. And I'm going to continue checking it periodically, and stay tuned. I'll be back when it's time to bleach the other half of her head. It's going to be a good one.